Welcome, everybody, to the Raad Life, the only talk radio show that takes you along with host and age explorer Rod Gantos on his continuing journey of discovery into life's challenges, opportunities, options, and all the latest and greatest things that come with getting older. The Raad Life is brought to you this week by Your Home for a Lifetime, a company dedicated to empowering you to stay safely, independently, and comfortably in your own home. And now here is your host, Rod Gantos.
Rod Gantos.
What's happening, Paul Roberts?
Woo! Man, you're always bringing like the coolest people around here. I'm just telling you.
You know, I just happen to be hanging around the right alleyways and street corners, I guess. Right?
Definitely alleyways.
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, I do want to thank the company and our friends, both of our friends actually, that are making this segment of the show possible every month. I don't know if anybody has noticed, but every month for the last, 4 or 5 months, maybe about half a dozen months, we've had somebody on for a segment that's brought to you by Bespoke. Dave Welsh and the folks at Bespoke, his amazing crew, and you can check them out at bespokestyle.com.
When do we get Dave in here?
He is. Oh, what a perfect lead-in! Did you get my memo or something,
No,
Paul?
I'm just saying because you've talked about it. He's been in here. They've been featured on other shows,
Okay.
so obviously they're connecting with the cool people in
Okay.
Orange County.
Do you have any Godfather music?
I can find some.
Okay, you'll find some Godfather music. And then we'll make the announcement because actually, Dave, the Godfather, to those of us who are in the know, and we can't decide whether he's the Godfather of fashion or the Godfather of clothes. I don't know. Well, you know, Dave, if you're listening, which you should be, dang it, you're paying for the segment.
Maybe he's the Godfather of cool.
He is the Godfather of cool.
Yes.
And him and his consigliere, he wanted a title, so I don't know. We might, maybe you and I,
His consigliere.
Andre, we need to come up
wow.
for a name for Dan. Okay, Dan was
Dan.
complaining. He wanted the Hitman. I said, no, Hitman's on the show already.
It's already gone.
It's
already
gone.
taken,
It's
bro.
gone. So
Sorry.
Dan, we'll come up with something
Yep.
for you. But until then, I'm just going to give you the consigliere because you are sort of Dave's second, right-hand man. So Dave Welch, Bespoke, thank you so much for making this possible. We've had some great people on here, and my guest today, the bar is raised one more time.
One more.
Andre, the Hitman. Sorry, Dan. Guzman.
Yes.
And Andre is a local.
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
because nothing grows in Orange County, right?
No,
Andre,
zero.
Right. So before I start, though, I'm going to let you basically give a little background. Just you were born in Santa Ana, you were raised in Anaheim, right? Just a little background, like where'd you go to school, all that stuff. While I take this Bespoke jacket off because I'm rolling up my sleeves and we're getting down to it today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Go ahead.
So yeah, again, born in Santa Ana, raised in Anaheim. Played sports throughout my whole life. Had an opportunity to play some football in college. Played some junior college ball locally at Fullerton. And at the JC level, got a scholarship. Ended up playing out in Iowa for a little bit. Came back here and I went right to work.
Down volume.
And as I went to work, I continued to work on myself as an athlete. And so started working out even more and got into boxing. I fell into boxing. I wanted to learn the sport. And so...
So when was the earliest memory that you have of being engaged in sport and not just because it was an after-school thing? Like you were genuinely basically in sport?
I think I was around 8 or 9. My uncle took me to the Pioneer Park in Anaheim, and he was playing catch with me, playing baseball. And there was a team over there, and I was just learning how to play catch. So hey, we'd love to have him on. And
okay,
that just
kill the
started
music,
it.
Paul. It's
It's just through your headphones.
okay, all right.
I'm just trying to find the starting place.
okay, all right. So the thing about it is this: you then also pursued, which a lot of people don't realize this sort of the importance of this. I think you got a scholarship.
Yeah.
To go to college for sport, right?
It's hard. It's harder than I thought.
Like what was that like? I mean, here you are. You're basically going to high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're part. What did you play sports at high school?
Yeah. So I played sports in high school. I ran track. I played baseball, and then I played football. So I was doing all three. I was super active.
Wow.
Always active, and I did that from 8 years old all the way until I was 22 years old. And so I went to junior college. It wasn't quite. I didn't really have the grades. I wasn't good at school. That's a whole nother subject. So I just wasn't good at school, which is good. I mean, it's all good. I went to go play football. That's what I wanted to do.
You know what? Here's the funny thing, Andre, because I remember looking back at my school. I I grew up in a part of the world where sport wasn't that big a deal. But I remember, like, the only topics that I really was excelled in are the ones that were really of interest. I mean, surprise, right? The things that were interesting to me, I actually excelled in. And the other ones I just basically coasted.
100%.
Right?
100%.
And then later on in life, when I pursued higher degrees, it was like, fortunately, I was actually pursuing stuff that I kind of liked.
Yeah.
And you could see. And I think sometimes people forget that. Sometimes I think this day and age, like with parents are like they're putting so much pressure on kids. It's like, the measure of success is if you have that degree or you have that class or, you get that, but college is not necessarily the path to success for everybody.
It's changed the last 5 to 10 years.
Right?
Especially the last 5 years. It's really changed what the academic curriculum is.
Yeah.
And what it translates into real life. It's almost kind of sad right now. So.
I mean, I make a living doing stuff that's creative problem solving, right? Basically,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay. And what kills me is there's this emphasis on what they call STEM schools, science, math, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nowhere in that mix is the word creativity. I mean, there's no
No.
we want to program creativity out of people at the age of 5, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here you are. You're not excelling necessarily academically in school. You're just coasting. You kind
but I'm the athlete, right?
But you still needed to maintain a minimum, right?
Yeah, there is a bare minimum you have to attain to.
So he's like, I'll just do the bare minimum.
Oh, I was the minimum guy.
You were the minimum guy.
Oh, 100%.
But you weren't the minimum guy when you were playing 3 sports. That's a huge commitment, dude.
100%. I graduated high school with a 2.18 GPA. So just to give people an understanding.
That's the academic.
That's the academic.
But at the same time, you're playing 3 sports.
Yeah, academics, I was A+. Yeah. Yeah, so, and
you get a scholarship.
Yeah, oof.
I
got one.
How did you get that one?
Well, I had some good scholarships, and I tore my ACL my second going into my 3rd year, and so I lost a lot of big school scholarship. They find out, and at the end of the day, it's like the head coach has to tell these big recruiters hey, he's got a torn ACL. So I start. They don't answer the phones. They don't write back, and it's like
damaged goods.
So, but I ended up still getting some letters.
Left knee or right?
Left knee, torn ACL, 2 screws,
yep.
And went through the whole process, had an incredible rehab, and just my tenacity to come back. I said, all right, well, I still have an opportunity to play. So I got picked up by Iowa Wesleyan University, and I went out there and went to go play some ball.
So the bare minimum guy...
Yeah.
Let me just set the stage here. The bare minimum guy, for all those who have a sort of set way of measuring people's capabilities, the bare minimum guy, academically, with a torn ACL, gets a scholarship to play football for Iowa.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not SC, but it's
SC.
friggin' Iowa.
Yeah.
It's still Iowa.
Anywhere to, it gets hard to earn a scholarship. There's a lot that they look at, and to play at the junior college level. My junior college, I won everything. I have a bowl ring. I mean, I went to Fullerton Junior College. They're back-to-back. They're back-to-back champions right now. And in 2003, well, we won the whole thing. So we were good back then. But even then, to be on the field with these players that were super athletic, they didn't have the grades either. Yeah. But we were all smart on the field. Yeah. I could read a playbook like nobody's business.
Yeah.
But I can't read
much for a minimum guy.
Yeah, all right. Exactly.
I have a reason why I'm setting this up, right?
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
no. I mean, we'll get to it, right?
Yeah.
But it's we talk about the show being a journey of aging, right? And all of us are not who we are today that we were 20 years ago.
Oh,
right?
Thank God.
And there's life's lessons. Thank God. Okay. All right, maybe we should delve into that a little bit. But there's life's lessons. There's things that shape you. There's awarenesses and growth that you do internally. Life kicks you in the back in the pants every once in a while. Your knees get scuffed.
Yeah.
And you are the product of where you are in life. And so we try to measure people by a certain snapshot at the age of like 12 or 10 and say, okay, I know everything about you and where you're going to go.
Yeah.
And that's like bullshit.
They have those things called aptitude tests.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side.
No aptitude tests and no participation rewards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Okay. I don't even know what that is.
So you showed up. Here's
my award.
Here's an award. Right.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool that you are being this open about it because you then go to college.
Yes.
So what was college like?
Man, college was fun. Even the junior college level was like really fun. I got a chance to do the school thing, be around athletes who wanted to take it to the next level, not just to be there to take up a period in class. Like we all were trying to get to the next level. We all get the same goal, which is what? Get a scholarship and get to the next level and play. And of course, at some point, everyone's like, oh, I want to get to NFL. But, I came to terms with what type of athlete I was in comparison to everybody else. And that's fine because I already had self-awareness and I said, all right, I'm not faster. I'm not stronger than these guys. I'm not better than these guys. I have great work ethic. That's fine. I probably won't make it to the NFL. And let me at least learn what it's like to hang around people on my own. And so when I left to Iowa, I had an opportunity to be on my own. So again, I already knew I was going to get to NFL. That's okay. I was there to experience the culture, see what Iowa was like, live with an African American, right? So I'm Latino, so I've never lived with an African American, and in a room just as big as this, right? As my roommate. Yeah. And I experienced all that stuff. So I wasn't blind to when I went there. I knew what I was going for. I was going there for the experience, and now I can sit here and talk about it.
Well, and I think you said something I want to just explore a little further. You said you had an awareness at that point, even as early as that, of having a great work ethic. Mm-hmm. Where does that come from?
Wow, I think that comes from, okay, so I am adopted. I have a stepdad. So when I was 8 years old, he came into my life, but I was raised by my mother as well. My mom has great work ethic, no doubt about that. My dad, I think I got it from my dad. So this is nature nurture thing, right? Yeah. But I saw my dad get up at like 5 a.m., which is now not that early for me. It is early. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. 5 a.m., come home at 7 o'clock at night, travel, and just repeat. And he never came home. He never argued. He never said this sucks. He just went. He worked, did what he had to do. My dad's from Iowa, so corn-fed guy. Like, he was president of FFA, Future Farmers America. I've been his yearbook. Born in 1942. The guy has leather hands, right? And so he instilled, I think, indirectly. I watched him. That's how you got to watch someone if you want to be someone.
Well, you were blessed to have that example
100% in my life. But again, I know a lot of people with those experiences in front of them, and they still don't have the self-awareness. Yeah. But I saw it then, and I carried that over.
So what do you think that is about you, that you basically are able to see the potential in stuff like that, potential in people? Because I know that that's a big part of what you do. I mean, we talk about, Box House, we're talking about this, and, it's on Newport Beach, and Orange County, and it's personal training and all this stuff, right? But there's a bigger part of this for you, like the sort of the seeing the potential and being there for people, and it's about people.
I'm all in on people. I really, some people, I do it for the people. No, I really do. And the more, I had this a mentor very early on.
I do love the fact that you just basically kind of made fun of some of the people that basically just pay lip service to
they
that.
Do.
Because they do.
We I'm
know.
All in. I'm all about the people. No, you're not, man. You're about the paycheck first. The paycheck comes later if you're in to monetize it. It'll happen. But I literally pour into people. I give them everything I have.
If you were given I say this is the feeling, right? And I don't think anybody ever has to make that real choice. But if you were given the feeling of continuing to do this thing that you have a passionate feeling about for the benefit of the people, and basically be able to just maybe sustain a living at it, maybe, but not really look at it where it's like a money paycheck thing, you would still do that.
Yeah.
And that speaks a lot about your heart, and that speaks a lot about how you're going. I went to Iowa. Yeah. I wanted the experience. I wanted the immersion. I'm open to experiences.
Yeah. I'm all in. I'm all in with everything I do. I think most people that know me, it's like, oh, if Andre's going to do it, either A, it must be good, it must be a great opportunity, but either way, even if it's going to suck, he's going to totally suck, like, really well at it. So I don't care if I suck at something.
What's happening? They're paying attention.
Yeah.
To what Andre's doing.
People watch my habits.
Exactly.
I'm starting to be more aware of that too. As though I put that off. People aren't watching me, but people are. I know people are watching me. So, people close to me, family, friends, colleagues.
Well, you know what? I say this to people, and I think it's very easy that people people do this to themselves. Never rob yourself of the uniqueness of your own story.
It's a great quote right there. Right? Yeah, that's absolutely
because
right.
people do that all the time.
100%.
Expectations, what societally I should be doing, my role, A lot
of that stuff's put on us by our parents, man.
Yeah.
And what's around us, what are our expectations of whether you're male or female, or what area of the community you come from, what city you're in, what county you're in, let alone what state you're in.
What gated community you live in,
There's no boundaries.
So did you have that support growing up? Did you feel like you had the support to be yourself when you were growing up?
Yeah, my mom was my mom like barely graduated high school. She went to Santa Ana High School, and my dad went all the way. So the dynamic between them two is really interesting. Again, I got a white guy from Iowa, redneck. I can say that because my dad's white. Country music, the full nine, leather hands, like I said.
Right.
Then my mom is from San Fernando Valley. Grew up in Pacoima in the valley, and then Santa Ana. So put those two people together. But they both had great work ethic, and my mom was very supportive in like, mijo, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You could be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
And she would kept saying that, oh, you're the best. Like, mijo, you're the best. You start to believe it after a while, right?
Super important, man.
I was like, maybe I am the best. Even if I'm not, I'm gonna fall short.
What are you talking about? Those affirmations and those primary relationships in our lives in impressionable years. I mean, that makes or breaks you.
Yeah. But again, there weren't participation awards either. So I knew if I put in and I got an award back, I really earned it.
Yeah, you didn't get the it'll be okay.
It'll be
when
okay.
It wasn't okay.
Oh no, hell no.
No, I'm sure your mom was there when you weren't doing the right thing.
Oh
right?
yeah, 100%. Or my dad.
What's up, Paul? We're gonna take a break. Okay, so let's take a break. But before we take the break, you've been priming that music. So prime the music, feed it in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it because I got a Godfather announcement.
You want to continue living in a familiar environment throughout your maturing years. In fact, according to many surveys, 82% of homeowners overwhelmingly prefer to age in place, which means living in their current homes safely, independently, and comfortably, regardless of age or ability level. With over 30 years of combined experience in residential, commercial, hospitality, and destination resorts fields, Your Home for a Lifetime is a company dedicated to empowering you to maintain your quality of life and independence by helping you make your house your home for a lifetime. Do you want to reorganize or remodel your home? Do you want to add a full bathroom and possibly a bedroom on the main floor? Are you looking to make your kitchen more functional? Is an aging parent moving in, or your child is moving out, or even moving back in? Call Your Home for a Lifetime at 949-492-1872 or check them out on the web at yourhomeforalifetime.com and find out how they can help you make your house your home for a lifetime.
You know, there's this guy.
Frito, I knew it was you all along.
You broke my heart, Frito. Okay? Okay, that's the most disgusting and obnoxious form of Godfather. Sorry for everybody involved with that whole trilogy.
That's not bad.
Frito. Okay, so, Paul.
Yes.
Thank you for finding the music. Okay.
What?
Okay.
I gotta do it. Hey,
You'll do it for me. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Okay. I got a Godfather announcement.
Yeah. What is it?
You asked me a question when we first started the show.
I want to know what this Dave Welsh guy is.
Oh, this guy, Dave.
guy.
You know,
He's
the
the guy.
The guy who knows
He's
the
the
guy.
guy.
Talking about this guy all the time.
Okay, so Dave Welsh, the guy, the Godfather,
He is the gay.
the guy. Okay, and his consigliere. Okay, Dan. So,
He's one of us.
He's
What
one,
is it?
one of
Who
the
is
guys,
it?
one of the Bespoke boys.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
There's this boys. The
Who are these
Bespoke
bespoke boys?
Okay, Godfather of Clothes, Dave Welsh, and Dan, his right-hand man, and their story, their journey. They're coming to Orange County story.
Oh, yeah.
You know, coming off the boat from Nordstrom.
Fresh off the port of
Fresh
North.
off the port of Nordstrom. You know,
The mean streets.
The mean streets of Nordstrom, right?
Does he
Going to Red Hill, you know, finding their little place in the world, you know.
And Little Italy, Red Hill.
The Little Italy.
And does he sit like Brando and peel an orange? You know.
No, but he's got,
Yeah.
nobody's got his own barber chair, which
he
is
does.
now in the space.
That's cool.
Right.
That's
so,
cool.
so we. By the way, Godfather Dave Welch and Dan will be here on the 15th of August as our guests
That's awesome.
on the show. And if you are interested, you can. I'll post the address, but it is on Red Hill. And we have now a barber chair in there where you can get straight razor shaves and cuts.
I'm not letting anybody with a
Thursdays.
straight razor talk to me in this place here. Uh-oh.
You know, Paul.
I'll end up looking like a horse's head or something.
You know,
there.
Paul. You'll sleep with the fishes. And in fact, there is a creek outside the window, right?
Yeah, there is.
There's
There
a
is.
creek.
There is.
So you know, you don't behave yourself. You sleep with the fishes in the creek on Red Hill. Hey, forget about it.
Forget about
Okay,
it.
now let's get back to Andre.
The two youths.
The two youths. Did you say youths?
Youths.
Okay, so you, the youth, came back from Iowa.
I did.
Okay, to Anaheim.
Yep.
And did you have a plan? Like, what were you going to do after college?
So
Or was this like by the seat of your pants kind of thing?
let's retract a little bit.
Okay.
So I grew up in Anaheim. My dad did pretty well.
Yeah.
This is in 1999. We
Oh my God, that's so long ago.
This is, I know, it feels like forever. we live in a 4-bedroom home. My dad did well, like I said, and things were turning. The market was changing. My dad was basically getting replaced by computer and technology, right?
Yeah.
So here in front of me, I got a 60-year-old man getting replaced. Times were changing. We lost our home. We lost everything.
That's tough, yeah.
I mean, I remember driving. My dad's like, hey, take the Porsche, and then your mom's going to drive the Mercedes. I'm going to take the Explorer. We're going to drive down. I was like, okay, cool. I was like 16. So where are we going? To the bank. I was like, okay. So we get to the bank. He's like, okay, leave the keys right there. I was like, what's going on? And I don't know if I was naive or what. He's like, those they're not ours. I was like, what do you mean they're not ours? I didn't understand paying and stuff like that. And so we got to turn them in.
Now, was this when you came in back from college?
This is right before I went to college.
Wow.
So in 6 months,
you went from a four-bedroom house
to a two-bedroom trailer park in Anaheim, paper wall thins, 1 bathroom, and here I got my dad.
At 60.
I mean, at 60, like, what the fuck just happened? Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, it's okay.
That's the Anaheim in me.
It's sometimes it needs to be said, man.
I'm passionate about it because that's what really happened to my family and I. And so here we are in a 2-bedroom, and my dad's just like, I think even for a small moment, I remember this like 6 months ago, my dad low key was a tow truck driver. I'm not kidding you. I used to go to his office and everybody would like bow down to him. Years later, my dad's a tow truck driver waiting for the CB radio to go off at 2 a.m. I'm like, here's my 6-year-old dad going out there and like putting trucks on. And I just didn't make sense to me. And so I went through the college and all that stuff. And then I went out to Iowa and I came back. We're still in the trailer.
Can I just say something? Yeah. Hats off to your dad, man.
Yeah.
For stepping up and doing whatever needed to be done.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. He, there was a time where he felt really embarrassed to my mom. I remember he told my mom that he said, man, I feel like I don't want to get going because I get emotional. But he felt like he let me down, but he didn't. So.
No, I'm sure he did not. If anything,
is he still with us? Can he hear us?
Oh yeah, I don't know if he can hear me, but he might. We haven't talked in a while, but
well, hopefully, maybe this will be a chance.
You go to college with this sort of kick in the stomach from what you knew as a reality.
Yeah.
And you're now in college in another state, and you're immersing yourself, and you're doing what you need, and you got a scholarship.
Yeah.
How did it going to college was not the experience part, but was it a tough haul?
No, it was a I drove out there. My dad went with me, and we had a great time. It was a great experience, and he's from there, so he knew the area very well.
Trip, yeah.
And it was a cool road trip. We saw Grandma and Grandpa. So I did my thing out there, and I came back. Back to your question, when I came back, my parents were still there, and they're like, "Hey, we're moving back to Iowa. We just can't afford it here anymore."
Yeah.
And I said, "I get that." So they sold the trailer. And they said, well, come with us. And I said, I don't want to go there. I'm like, I'm 22 years old. There's nothing for me out there. I want to make it here. And I don't really have any family or friends out here, or family, I should say, out here. And so I said, well, I need to find an apartment. So I started searching everywhere for an apartment. I didn't even have renters history. I think I had a couple $100 on my account. I landed a job at 24 Hour Fitness by accident because I didn't have money for a membership. My buddy who I played ball with at junior college was the GM. So I used to go in there, hey, Danny, can I work? He said, hey, man, come through, you're good. And then one day he's like, hey, man, you want a job? I was like, doing what? Like training clients and like selling memberships and stuff like that. I remember the only thing I cared about, and again, I had almost no place to live in like 3 months because my parents were getting ready to move. I was like, do I get a free membership? Like, do I get to work out for free? He's like, yeah, man, you'll work here. I was like, okay, I'm in. And that started my personal training career.
Where was this, Andre?
This was in La Mirada, La Mirada off of Beach in Hillsborough, the 24 Hour Fitness. So we're going to shout out to Danny White for putting me on in terms of fitness and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so my parents get ready. I finally find a place. Doesn't get any better for me. I have no renters history. The one place that accepts me is in Fullerton. It's a low-income housing. It's Section 8. And I remember filling out the paperwork like, hey, you can't make more than $24,000 a year. Pff, I'm in. And then you can't have more than can't have more than $1,000 in your account. Pff, let me show you right now what I got.
It's like,
done. When do I get the place? And my rent was like $850 a month. Man, I was making. I mean, thought I was killing it, but I was working for corporate America, so it was what it was. And I was taking home $1,600. I remember I sat down with my buddy, 9 months in. I'm still living there, and he's like, "Man, I want to figure out my bills. Can you help me? I'm not really good at that stuff." We did the math, and my bills a month were $1,500. Internet, cable, cell phone, car payment was like $250, whatever. I took home $1,600. He's like, "Dre, how you doing it?" I said, man, I don't know. I'm definitely going paycheck to paycheck, and I'm like floating money, like pay this, stealing Paul to pay Peter, Mm-hmm. Man, I had no money. Here's a crazy, crazy story. In that community, you're gonna find mostly Latinos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mostly Mexican Americans, things like that. And I was in a bad. There was like downtown Fullerton, but like even worse area, which was like Tokerstown, so the gang members. So it's shootings, not every night, but like at least on the weekends at the park, I hear guns going off and stuff. And then, man, I bought like the cheapest food for less, anything I could buy. Like I was still doing the top ramen thing, and here I am training clients. My parents are up and gone. I'm living by myself. I'm doing it. I mean, I'm doing it, man. I'm 23 years old at this point now, and I'm like doing it. I'm doing it. I'm not asking anybody for handouts. No money. No one can give me. My parents can give me money.
Right.
But I'm doing it, and I had a great time doing that. But back to my story, in terms of like that community was so tight. It was so tight that, you know, I got so bad for me at one point. I didn't even have that much food, and I had a lot of pride and like a lot of like, you know, I'm not gonna ask, not for anything. So there's this Mexican lady downstairs. Her son. Whenever I was doing laundry in the laundromats, because they weren't built into your apartments like they are now, I used to help out her son. He was like 12 years old, and I used to give him advice and stuff like that. One day I'm upstairs, get a knock on the door. Her daughter comes up. She's like 8 or 9. She has a plate of food with the foil on it to me. She's like, hey, my mom's, she says she sees you work really hard, and she sees you come and go all day long, and this is from us to you. We just want to tell you thank you for helping my little brother. And she's 8, and this is for you. And I like needed food. I like needed it. Not that I was starving, but I was like, man, I need a home cooked meal. You know what I mean? At this point, I was already a year in there, and so like I struggled. Yeah. So back to that whole story about like how did it get for me when I got back? That's how it got for me. It didn't get any better.
And then what happened?
So I jumped from 24 Hour Fitness. I got recruited because I was doing really well to LA Fitness. Boom, I go to LA Fitness. I start killing it. But even in killing it, there's still like these what they call like trial periods. Yeah, you can kill it all you want, but you don't get the real money until you go like 4 months straight. I'm like, dude, I ain't got time for. I'm going real right now. I need real money. So
I don't have 4 months.
I don't have 4 more months. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. Then I get a job at LA Boxing, which was changed my life forever in terms of because that's how I get into the boxing. And so I'm like, all right, well, if I'm gonna be a GM of this place, I worked out the pay structure, so I'm starting to make some good money now, right? And so I start to make some good money. But I remember like the first week, I said, well, if I'm gonna like sell boxing, I should probably know what the hell I'm selling. So I take one of my own classes. One of the instructors is teaching. I take a class. I'm literally hooked for 10 minutes in. Mind you, football's over. I was doing like Top Gun flag football stuff. It's not the same, not contact-wise. And I knew I shouldn't take any more shots to the head. I had 1 concussion in high school, and the whole thing was going around about concussions. Even worse now. And so I said, all right, well, I'll do boxing. And then boom, next year I fought. I started competing. I fought for USA boxing, fought in the amateurs, and I still enjoy fighting and competing. And I never wanted to go pro. I never wanted to be a world champion. I never wanted to be on HBO or Showtime. That was never my thing. Although I have a lot of friends, Andre, you could do. Okay, that's fine. Intuitively, I started late in boxing. You need to start at like 14, 12, right? You need like a De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, Mayweather.
You're like 10 years out.
Yeah, and okay, cool, fine. But I already knew that then. I said, well, I'm going to build a business. I'm going to build a personal training business. But first, I'm going to build a name first. I'm going to be who I am, a good dude. I'm going to do right by people. I'm going to take care of people because 10 years from now, 15 years from now, it's going to be my turn.
Yeah.
And people are going to back me up and they're going to support me. Fast forward, 12 years later, what are people doing? They're backing me up. They're supporting me. They're all right on schedule, man. And
but didn't just happen.
Oh, I always say cheers to overnight success.
Yeah, cheers to overnight success. Exactly.
So that's how I got into the boxing.
Takes 20 years to get there. Yeah.
Oh my God. So that's how I got into boxing. And then I did the whole corporate thing for them for quite some time. I left. I decided to go independent and just straight work for myself. I already had the hustle, the drive. That's without a doubt.
Yeah.
And had the entrepreneurial spirit. I just need somebody to kick me in the butt.
So what hooked you on boxing, you think?
Man.
Not the business opportunity, but what hooked
just
you?
Boxing.
10 minutes in.
Well, I grew up watching De La Hoya. That's my era. Shane Mosley, Mayweather, even Tyson towards the growing up a little bit. And then I don't know. It's just, man, this is so cool, and it's a sport that it's all you. That's why I really like track. Even though it's a collective effort in terms of points for track, it's still you one on 9 or whatever, how many people are in the lanes. But this was even better. It's me against him. Oh, for sure. Then I know anything I put in, any effort, I'm gonna get exactly what I put into it.
Well, and you're gonna get feedback right away.
Oh, immediate feedback.
Right.
If my stuff's working, if it ain't working.
If you're 100% or
and
not.
if not, I go back and I got 1 minute to figure my crap out and come back out and try something else.
Exactly.
You know, so I like that. I love it.
Okay, I want to give a shout out because I know the new location, or that there's actually a piece of art that's going in there, and it's a De La Hoya, isn't it? It's a full size.
Yes.
De La Hoya.
Yes. Shout out to Lori. She did it for us.
Lori's a friend of mine too, and
Okay.
that was a blast. I saw that thing she posted it on, so shout out to Lori Gilbert.
Yes, Lori crushed it. Thank you so much, Lori. We wanted
amazing artist.
Amazing.
She's
got a great story.
She is self-taught, amazing artist. Yeah, I know. I need to get her on here.
We're gonna get her on for sure. She's got a great story, like I said. So my partner and I, Vanessa, let's do some murals. I said, hey, if we're gonna do something for us, let's do the guy that just inspired me, who, in terms of boxing, I look to. He's my go-to, and that's De La Hoya.
And now it makes perfect sense because Lori is also big on spin.
It all connected.
The dots. That's so funny. Now I get it. And because when you say Vanessa, you're talking about Grit Cycle.
I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Matt too, who's also one of the Bespoke guys.
Yes.
So it's funny. It's a small world, man. I think I've been saying this for the last week. Circles within circles. Life is circles within circles. You know, I even said it. Even said The Godfather today. I walk into his shop today. I need to get a picture of him and Dan for the show for the 15th. And he's like driving up, and he's like, "Sergio wants to talk to you. I'm going to give him a number." I'm like, "I'm on the phone." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And I walk in. I go, "What Sergio are you talking about?" And he goes, "Sergio from the city of Long Beach, director of development, assistant director of development.
Big deal.
Yeah, he wants to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want to talk to him too." Because we just signed to do a Long Beach taco company on First Street. But it was so funny. I'm like, yeah, circles within circles, Dave. Circles within circles.
Yeah. Stick with our people.
Get the spin thing. There you go with the spin
there you
thing.
go.
Circles within circles.
You saw what he did there?
Yeah.
I like it.
No, Paul's too busy because catching gnats over there. Yeah.
Trying to get a fly here.
That's okay. You know, if he was from Iowa, he wouldn't be doing that. But he's from Michigan, so
Michigan,
Michigan they just
do
catch
things
gnats.
backwards over there.
All we do is sit around the farm and try and swat flies. That's all we do.
So I do want to give a shout out though to Paul's fashion choice of the day.
I thought that would work for you today.
He is actually sporting the Click 3, the California Lodging Investment Conference T-shirt, which my co-host on my other show, Craig Sullivan, basically puts on this conference every year, sold out 2 years in a row here in Orange County on California hospitality.
Wow.
And he's my co-host on, or I should say, he and I are co-hosts on the Check Out California show. That's the first and third Wednesdays of the month from 1 to 2. In fact, I extended an invitation to Sergio from the city of Long Beach. See how there's circles within circles, man? And he goes, well, I might be able to get the mayor, George, on there, who's the young 40-year-old mayor of Long Beach.
I'm putting a box house in Long Beach.
Oh, Sergio, you heard it. You heard it here.
We're working on it right now.
When we have that lunch in a couple of weeks, we might have to talk about Andre's box.
Well, they got a new development off of 2nd and PCH.
Is it the one that Shane Sudeikis doing? The guys from the lab in the camp?
I want to say so.
Oh,
it's a huge development.
Who's also a friend?
There you go.
Man, I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Somebody wants to know what Box House is. You guys been boxing around it. What is Box House?
We've been boxing around Box House.
Yeah, so Box House is it's big group classes, boxing inspired. They're 45-minute classes. We do a 7-minute warm-up. We do 7 rounds on the bag of boxing. So one of my instructors, or including myself, will yell out and demonstrate the combination on the bag, and then boom, you guys get right to it and perform it on the bag. Lights, neon lights, DJ-style music. I mean, enclosed, soundproof walls. I mean, it's just a great experience. And you top it off with abs and core. So it's a full-body workout. 45 minutes, you're in, you're out.
And where are they located? Or where?
The one that we have right now, it's our first one. We've been open 6 months now. My partner and I, shout out to my business partner, Vanessa Bourne. She's rad, by the way.
No, there's only one Rad. There's only one Rad.
You're right.
She might be Rad.
No, she's R-A-D.
Might be Rad Life.
AD. He's double Rad.
I'm double Rad.
And so we're off of Bison and MacArthur over there in Newport Bluffs, that area. So.
And what do you get out of boxing as a fat old guy here? How do I?
You go unfat. You get unfat. No, I think for everybody it's different. Everybody does have a fighter in them for sure.
Yeah.
Whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. We all have a great story. I don't care who you are. You have an incredible story. That's what makes us all very, very unique. I don't care if you came from riches or came from rags. We all got an incredible story. I know some of the people who come from riches are the most depressed. So it doesn't matter who you are. I don't care what level you come from. We all got a story. But back to that, what you can get out of it, personally, it's up to you, and you'll find out after you take a class what you got out of it. It's not up for me to tell you. You'll find out.
So is it simply another way of exercising to burn it, or is it a way to get some self-confidence?
It's aggression, self-confidence.
Get something out of, you know.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're burning calories. I mean, you're going to burn 600 to 800 calories in one class. You're going to learn how to box. You're going to walk out of there, like, feeling pretty badass. You're going to learn how to put some combinations together. And if you stick to it, you're going to get a lot better at it, like anything else.
Yeah. No, I've never done boxing.
Yeah.
I did martial arts. Younger, and I did rock climbing. And there's something about the one-on-one, either you and the rock or you, one-on-one, that there is no hiding. There is no guise. There is no mask. This is the peeled skin. It is what you bring. It is who you are.
At the rawest form.
The rawest form. There's no hiding behind something.
One of the best quotes, it was on like a All Access or 24/7 HBO. It says, "In the ring, the truth will find you." And for everybody, that means something different. And for me, it'll find you because you're gonna know how many rounds you put in. You're gonna know if you sparred. You're gonna know if you did your road work, if you swam, if you hit the bag enough, if you sparred enough. That's what they say in the ring.
If you brought it all, if you didn't.
If you didn't, like all this, you see him in every fight. You're like, dude, this guy's it's 2 rounds in, he's gassed. What?
Yeah.
He didn't put the time in, and that's what the truth shows right in the ring.
So what is some of the truth that you got when you were in the ring?
Man, I like.
And I'm guessing it's different depending on where you're at and what else is going on.
100%, and then at what level you're at, right? So I fought amateurs, but there's still a really, really good crowd at the fights that I fought at, as opposed, again, De La Hoya fighting in front of millions and stuff like that. But what I got out of it, first of all, I like people watching me. That gets me an adrenaline rush. Again, back to college football, quarterback in high school, punt returner,
spotlight, bud.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yep.
So punt returner, kick returner in college, like. I'm the guy in the back catching the ball and trying to make a move, get to the house. So
what position did you play?
So in high school, I played quarterback, and then punt returner, kick returner, and then when I got to college, I was like, man, everybody's 6'3", 6'4". I was like, there's not that much room for a 5'10" Puerto Rican. Yeah. And I'm 5'10" in the morning. I think I'm 5'9" at night. But,
that's because you get pumped.
No, yeah, that's for sure. But once I lay down, it all, you know what I mean, 5'11" maybe. But I was like, all right, again, self-awareness. I was like, all right, let me switch position. This was summer camp, like first week. I was like, I'm going to switch to receiver. Like, yeah, so I switched to slot receiver, punt returner, kick returner, good hands, fast feet. But again, I like the spotlight. So going back to the boxing, what I get out of it, I like the crowd.
Yeah.
I like all the attention on me.
Yeah.
And then I like fighting. I don't really like getting hit. I really don't. But I don't mind it. I know it comes with the territory. So.
And what is it about fighting that you like?
Oh, man. So growing up, I got in a lot of fights, and I can say this with the most confidence. I never started one fight. Okay. Never. I always had that pretty boy look that people always wanted to test me. I knew that later growing up. Like, man, these guys always want to test me. They always want to punk me or try and like get after me.
Yeah.
In my teens, in college fights, man, always. Thank God I never got put down.
You didn't start them, but did you finish them?
Oh yeah. So it was already innate to me to like scrap and be down. And I was like, well, might as well learn how to really do it. And so when I'm in there and I'm fighting and I'm boxing, and it just feels good to punch someone, I guess, at the end of it. People want to hear that. Like, what does it feel like to knock someone out? Feels great. Feels good.
So I'm going to let you brag because you got some pretty heavy-hitting names on your website.
Oh, yeah.
That you basically have had engagement with as far as helping and train, right?
Yes.
Go name drop.
All right.
Knock us out.
Well,
no,
there's one name that I won't drop, and that's just because she's becoming a dear friend of mine.
Okay.
And they're very, very, very private people, and that's fine.
Sure.
But look, I've trained NFL guys from Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champ Dwight Freeney, defensive end.
Yep.
I think future Hall of Famer, but Pro Bowler, plays for the Minnesota Vikings, friend of mine, Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph? Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Now you got me. I'm a huge Vikings fan, and Kyle is a huge part of this team's turnaround here. Kyle. Can we get Kyle in here sometime?
If he comes down, I'll see if I can text him. I know the guy's pretty busy, but you know what? I'll do what I can. Absolutely.
I know.
Dude, he's 6'7". He's a big boy.
He's
just a big boy. He's an incredible athlete.
And he's basically, I remember, he's like a receiver or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's basically a receiver. He played basketball and football in college.
Because receivers are usually littler guys.
Right.
So how do these guys find you?
So.
Is it word of mouth?
Yes.
Does Kyle? Okay. I mean, you don't have to tell me where, but does Kyle live out here, or did?
No, I know he visits. He visits, and he does his off-season training here.
Okay.
And then so Kyle Rudolph, and then one of my dearest friends, he's become one of my best friends, like my big brother, is Angels retired baseball player Gary Matthews Jr. Played for the Mets, Texas Rangers. Yep. Angels was his last team that he was at.
And do you train them just to box, or do you train them to do other things?
So if they're in season, most of them, this is a form of cross training, right? Nobody likes cardio at the end of the day, but like, what can I do to like still get the same effect, if not better, but do something fun?
Yeah.
And that's martial arts and/or boxing.
Yeah, combination.
So him. Man, Von Miller, Teddy
Miller,
yeah, Teddy Bridgewater.
One, right? Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're in the Vikings camp
Jarrett
here.
McKinnon. They all follow me on Instagram.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Jarrett McKinnon, Teddy Bridgewater, and Kyle Rudolph.
It's word of mouth, man.
This is a Vikings house here.
I don't even know if I have that link anymore. So in 2015, I landed basically an opportunity to be their in-house boxing trainer. So I basically had the whole Minnesota offense with me. So,
I'm bowing right now to you because I have suffered following that team my whole life.
Okay, and they're doing
through all
great.
its ups and they're doing great. Rounding up.
They're fun to watch. There's a few like Michael Johnson. I think he was a receiver, but he's gone there. He's not there anymore. Baseball players. I trained a hockey player named Shane O'Brien, played for the Mighty Ducks, an enforcer, right? And those guys that's what they get paid to do. Is actually
enforce.
No. I didn't even know that, right? Yeah. Like that's a real thing.
Go push somebody.
We're putting on the team to do that.
That guy, naturally, had like lead in his hands. He could just punch naturally. I could tell why he's just a natural born scrapper. And the list goes on and on.
Can I ask you a question because we're running out of time as we get done last 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I forgot the gentleman's name. I should remember it. But he runs the big, I think it's called Fight Club over at, they put on fights somewhere here.
Roy Ingerberg.
Yes. That's who we've had on here.
Yeah, he's cool.
And he talked about he's built this boxing following community in Orange County. And I said, "How's it going?" And he said, "It's getting harder. It's mostly old white guys or young Hispanic guys like yourself.
Yeah.
There's another following that's kind of coming up. They want the more mixed martial arts stuff. They want the more violent stuff or the free.
He had a company back in the day, and I think he sold it to Deloitte.
Well,
he did actually.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and I mean, Box House is sort of an oddity in Orange County, right? I mean, it's like
that's what I'm getting at. Right.
Yeah, cross training is all over the place.
Yeah.
Boot camps are all over the place, but this is very specific.
Yeah.
So how's it been in the last 6 months?
You know what? It's crazy busy. I had to scale up in terms of my employees. I had to add more classes, had to add more amenities. All great things, right? Good problems to have. Yeah. But the first 90 days, I remember Vanessa and I were just like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I almost wanted it to slow down. Mm-hmm. Not the business revenue portion, but all right, I need a freaking break. Breathe. Let's see what really is going on within the business, right? Because we're seeing numbers, but it's hard to get a great even number, right?
And what do you credit that for?
How do people find you?
You did too good a job of getting a name out there.
Here's what it is. It's a mixture of Vanessa and I.
Yeah.
We have great following. She owned a Pilates place across the street called Pilates Plus.
Yeah.
She had a great following. She owned that place for 9-10 years or something like that, okay? And then me doing what I'm doing, my social following. And, as we were getting together, you're going to work, that's your business partner, Vanessa? Oh, you guys do great, I've known her for years. And then vice versa. Oh, you're going to box with Andre? Oh, my God. I used to, I want to box with him, or blah, blah, blah. He's the guy, it's like, and when we opened it up, it was literally a TNT. Boom, just blew up right in front of us.
Well, so. and you've been. I promised Ken I was going to mention this, make sure that we get covered, and I do have one last thing I want to talk to you about, another dimension to this. But you've been a nobleman.
Oh yeah, Lydia, Doug, they are so awesome and very, very, very kind people by nature. They come and take my classes pretty regularly.
This is the magazine that you.
Yeah, and Eve was here. He was on the show.
Another guy I love.
Yeah,
wow, you've had some rock stars on here.
Eve is
what am I doing here?
Because you're I kept you till the end, man.
I'm the climax.
We're not done. We got The Godfather on the 15th.
Of course.
But no, man, it's just been. I mean, it's the same thing with me. The Journey 3 years ago. Paul goes, "You want to do a radio show?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" I was like Jim Carrey for 6 months. Like anything somebody said to me, I said yes to.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
here we are 3 years later, and we're bringing this to everybody.
Isn't that cool?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And having the courage to have these conversations. I mean, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming in today and being just very, candid.
Yeah.
Because this is the kind of stuff that we should be talking about and how we should be talking to one another.
I haven't even told this story to anyone I told you right now. To next to no one. I think very close people know.
Well, you know what? I appreciate it.
Journey,
I appreciate the fact that you feel comfortable enough to do that and trust us with this and trust me with it, because I really get that, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it big time.
The one thing I do also want to mention is you're an ambassador for Bespoke.
I am. This came about a few years ago. Brandon Moody, shout out to Brandon Moody.
Another guy who's been on here.
Who I ran track with in high school.
Brandon, B-Man.
B-Man. He is just an incredible human being.
He is
another
an
guy,
incredible
right?
human being, yeah.
And so he said, hey, man, I think there's something for you with Bespoke. I'm going to link you up on email with Dave. Love for you to meet him. I went down there, and Dave was starting to strategize just a little bit differently, right? As we all should nowadays, right? And taking it a different direction. Mm-hmm. He said, I like your look. I like what you got going on and everything else. He's like, love to do a suit for you. I said, okay. Did a suit for me, turned out great. Did a couple photo shoots. And then I just turned into an ambassador for him. I'm very loyal. Mm-hmm. I'm very honest, and he's a guy that I trust. When it's gonna lay on me my suit, he takes the time to lay it on correctly.
But as a human being, you trust him. I mean, that's the thing with Dave, man. I trust him blindly.
100%. 100%. And that's why, whenever I go there, as you know, it's like, hey, it's a good feeling. I don't feel like I'm at Nordstrom.
You know, I don't pick my fabrics, right?
Okay. You don't?
No, I've never picked my fabric. Actually, this is the only jacket I ever picked the fabric on. He reached out to me and said, oh, you got a good following on social media. I like how, your thing. Would you be an ambassador? Sure. And then 2 weeks later, he goes, you got to walk runway on Pelican Hills. And I'm like, what the hell? I didn't see that friggin' small print, right?
It was small.
It's all these guys.
It's on the last page on the back.
Yeah, no, he was it was like 12 of us. And we had what do you mean walk runway? And where? At OC Fashion Week? At Pelican Hills?
Oh, no big deal.
No big deal, dude.
Yeah.
So, but as a human being, and I can't wait to have him on the show. Yeah. And Dan is the same thing, man. He surrounds himself with guys.
Solid people.
Brandon, Bart.
Yep.
All of these guys.
Solid
right?
dudes.
Solid dudes. Todd from Stark.
Oh, Todd's solid too, man. What a great
guy. And the people that work for him, and you can tell, man. And I'm blessed to have family, like a tribe that basically is made out of that kind of caliber people. So what are you doing on this show? What are you doing on this segment by that company? It's because you fit that, man.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Right.
Like I said, Dave's an incredible guy. The suits are beautiful. I don't wear anything else but Dave stuff just because it lays on me right.
Amen.
And I love to support.
And if you haven't worn a Bespoke, what the heck are you waiting for? Go get yourself a Bespoke.
And just do it.
Right.
Just do it already.
BespokeStyle.com.
And spell it, because it's spelled differently.
BSPOKE.
Oh, follow him on Instagram, Bespoke.
Yeah. There's no E.
Right.
Yeah. Or Hitman Guzman.
Or Hitman Guzman. Any of guys, you just tell us your 1 degree of separation. We'll pass them on.
Yeah, that's it.
Now,
right there.
I'm not going to end the show without bringing this up.
Ooh.
Okay? Because it's a journey of life, right?
It is a journey.
You got a new chapter coming up.
I do. My wife is pregnant.
Oh, congratulations.
This is I'm so excited. Okay, this is gonna get me emotional again. I'm so excited.
Nah, that's why I left it to the end, man.
Because I've been with my wife 10 years. She was with me when I had nothing, and she'd go back to having nothing with me if we had to do that again. And so to have her as a battle buddy and a friend, she's my best friend.
That's called a keeper.
Yeah, 100%.
It's called a keeper.
So we're pregnant now. I'm so excited.
I love it. We're pregnant.
We are. We're a team. And so whether it's a boy or a girl, look, I know what I deserve.
Do you want to know? Oh yeah.
Let's get this freaking straight. I know what I deserve.
You deserve a little devil.
Oh man, I know what I want. I do want a boy. And everyone says, "Oh, is he or she gonna box?" And that's what they want to do. Yeah, I know it's a rough life though. It's tough. It's not,
Girls box today now. What
they
the
do.
Heck? Yeah.
But whatever they want to do, I want to be able to support it. I want to be there like my parents were for me.
When are you due?
January 9th is the due date.
Are you kidding me? That's my birthday. You're talking about Vikings? You're talking about me? Well, you're just pulling me into this.
January 9th.
On January 9th, I got Vikings, I got babies. What do you want?
Do you want to know before?
I do. I think in August we can take a look at and see what's what. So we haven't come up with names.
Paul's open.
We're just
if
chilling.
you want to call him Paul, that's okay.
So what does
Paul? I'm Paul. It's my name.
So what?
Kyle. Name him Kyle after Kyle Rudolph.
What does that do to you? This new reality, this new dimension.
This is
you don't even know.
This is a great question. Well, I always know. You can't stump me.
No, because I mean,
I'm just saying when you
know,
you have all that journey and the awareness of all those things, right? And you bring it to that mat and you bring it in the ring, and now you got this other layer and responsibility and future and hopes and all that. What does that do to the hitman?
You know, I got a lot going on. I texted you earlier today.
Yeah.
I got all these employees, got new business. I'm trying to open up 3 more locations in the next 24 months. That's another segment. And now I'm pregnant. But I have a great counterpart, which is my wife. Mm-hmm. But what this does to me from my own, again, intuition is like, it just fires me up to go even harder. Like to level up at the highest level, hustle more, do more.
Yeah, you're giving me the badass stuff.
Right.
But what's the other side?
But this is going to change me.
What's the side I just saw a minute ago? That soft underbelly.
Dang.
You know what I'm going to tell you that you don't know yet.
Hold on a second, Paul. Hold on.
I know
the question is for Hitman, not for you. The question is not for you. Okay, you're not the guest on the show.
I'm trying to give him some wisdom.
No, you know what?
No, yeah,
he's got a little bit of a point. You never know till it's right in front of you. Everyone talks about the love, like when
so
you
is there
first see her.
There's a little scariness, a little unknown, confidence,
a little bit of that, a little bit of unknown, very, very little scared, very, very, very little unknown. Man, I want to be a good dad. Just want to be a good dad.
That's what I was going for, man. I was just trying to pull
that
out of you.
Good.
So can I give you my 2 points as the old guy in the room here?
And you have a good reference, don't you?
I do. I have a solid reference, man. So.
One is that you will not realize it suddenly becomes about them. It's no longer about you.
You're absolutely right about that.
And they will believe everything you tell them for a while.
and I know I cut Paul to the quick because sometimes he gets all excited and wants to jump in, right? But I will tell you, both of you, what I was going after is that, you know, sometimes we grow up and there's challenges with parents, and you know, I think if you got a strong personality which you derive from your parents, you then butt heads with your parents, and then you kind of develop your own personality, and then you come around, and at some point you realize that if you were even fortunate enough to just have that same example be something that you project to your next, your offspring, whoever you touch in your life, to bring that, and from what you were talking about and how you were talking about your stepdad, yeah, man, you're going to be a great dad.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So on that note, Paul, why don't you take us out? I appreciate you being here, Andre.
Thank you guys so much. What a cool office. If this is an office.
It's the OC Talk Radio.
This is OC Talk.
This is where it happens.
This is where it all happens.
Ground zero, baby.
You're welcome anytime, man. You come back. I want to see what the next journey is, what the next round in Andre the Hitman.
There's 12 rounds. I'm like in the mid rounds right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So another chapter. So
thanks, buddy, for being here.
Appreciate it.
You have been listening to the Raad Life Radio Show with your host and age explorer, Rod Gantos, brought to you on the one and only OCTalkRadio.net. Join us again next week as we continue our journey of discovery into life's challenges, opportunities, options, and all the latest and greatest things that come with getting older.